Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is October the 3rd, 2022. My name's Laura Higgs, and today we have with us Tanner Lewis, who is the head coach for the U18 Cougars, right?
Yes.
Welcome here, Tanner.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, last week I did interview someone who was a coach, and I'm learning a little bit more about hockey, but you have, U18, obviously we know what that is, but you have how many people on your team?
We have 20 players, so 18 skaters and 2 goalies.
Okay, so, but there was a process. You didn't just pick these guys out of a hat. There was
No.
a process they had to go through, right?
No, so what starts it is around August, we send out an invitation to come to camps or send out a link on our social media pages, and we get kids signed up all over Southwest, so our border runs all the way from just east of Carberry all the way to the Manitoba border, basically. So we have about 10,000 kids that come and try out for us, or so
Wow.
that we can, 10,000 of the population. Then we had about 40 kids come try out for us this year,
Okay.
which ran the weekend after August or September long.
Mhm.
From there, we cut it down to 16 forwards, 8D, and 3 goalies. And then from there, we cut it down to our team.
Again.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have a
Okay.
preseason tournament that we usually run the weekend before the regular season, and then we cut it down from there.
It's a big job
Yes.
because I mean it's tough. You see all these young men out there, playing their best and doing their best, and some of them are really good, and some of them, you have to cut regardless of how good they are because you have your numbers, right? You have to go with.
Yeah,
Basically.
Yeah, for sure. There's a human element to it, right?
Mhm.
Like at the end of the day, they're kids, and they just want to play the best hockey possible. But I've been told many times, trying out for teams myself growing up, that we're a hockey team. We're here to get the kids to the next level, and we're lucky enough to pick from the best region or the best kids from our region, and that's what the AAA level is. It's the best kids that represent your region, and at the end of the day, we have to make some tough decisions and break some hearts. But
I know.
But we hope that we do it the right way, and these kids come back the next year that don't make our team, and they come back better people and better players as well.
Right. And it's a process that most of them are familiar with.
Yeah.
And although disappointing, it is kind of life affirming in some way for them.
Yeah, it kind of shows the character in these kids too, right? Going through life, you're going to face adversity, not just in hockey, but in going to get jobs, going in school. Like, you're not going to get the good grades, you're not going to get the awards in school. It's kind of what they get prepared for as well too. So, yeah, it's a hard job, but and that's a hard day, making those cuts and telling those kids they're not going to be part of our team.
I bet.
But the smiles on some kids' faces when you tell them that they are going to stick with us and be a Southwest Cougar, it makes up for it for sure.
And it's for this season, right?
Yes.
One season.
Yes.
Okay.
So every year we do the same process, and kids can come in, and if they're on the team last year, that doesn't necessarily guarantee them a spot this year, because there's
They
always
still have to try out.
still got to try out, right? So that's what we want. We want right from camp. I told our team that we wanted it competitive around here, so it's a tryout there, but you're going to be trying out basically all year because ice time on our team is earned. It's not given. And if you're not pulling your weight and pulling with the team, then you're not going to play as much.
Ah, okay. Well, that's very good discipline. So your group are from all over, you said Southwest,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So what towns do you have involved?
We got Killarney, Boissevain, Hartney, Souris, Pipestone, Carberry, Glenborough, anywhere from there. I'm personally from Virden. When I played, we had 6 guys from Virden. This year, we unfortunately don't have any. So it goes in waves, right? Every age group is different from each town. Some towns like Killarney this year is stronger than other towns. So we have quite a few towns that we can choose from, and it's good that these kids come together from different towns, and you can see that they create everlasting friendships as well.
Yes, we've talked about that before. I think it's such a good thing for these kids, not only to have that discipline and to have those life events happen, but the friendships that they develop and forever, right? You were saying that you have been friends with another one of the head coaches for how many years? I think you met when you were very young.
9 years old, I think. Me and Brett met. Brett's the head coach of the under 15, and we were talking at his wedding that it's funny how far we came. We both remember when we were 15 trying out for the Cougars, and then now we're both running. He's running the U15 program. I'm running the U18 program,
Yeah.
and it's pretty cool. But and it's not just at the AAA level. Like you see it in junior hockey. Like I have two of the guys I played with. They're my best men at my wedding this coming summer. David Robertson, my assistant coach. We met playing AAA, and we've been friends ever since. He went down to college, and he still goes down to his friends' weddings from college and everything. So
Wow.
it's quite the game, hockey. It brings people together. Some people that you never think you'd meet before, and some people that you hated when you played against them. Example, the guy that I lived with in junior hockey, we didn't like each other on the ice, but then we got to know each other. Now, ultimately, he's my best man at my wedding coming
Wow,
up.
great.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
funny how the game works like
Yeah.
that.
I find that very inspiring. And like I said, don't know tons about hockey.
Yeah.
But the process that you guys talk about and the life lessons and the friendships that are developed, I think is just super.
Yeah, it's right from when I became a Cougar at 15, I was surrounded by really, really good people. Starting with our leadership group like Ben Williams, Lucas Oliver, Jordan Gregg, who I ultimately went and played junior hockey with as well. But then the guy who grew me to be a coach was Troy Leslie, and actually he coached me when I was 15, and then he coached me in Verdun. And his goal was always to bring in good people, and then hockey players second. So he wanted to develop us in the young men, respectful in the community, and that's what I'm trying to continue with this program. And guys like Grant Moffat, he's no longer with us anymore, he was a huge, huge part of my life growing up. And the same message, right? They wanted good people around the rink, and a kid could have all the skill in the world, but we'll take a kid with a good character and a good family as well too, because we know we're going to get the best out of those kids, and that family is going to be pulling the same weight, because we're all from different towns and we don't really know each other, but we all want the best for these kids, coaches, parents included as well.
Well, that's great. That's great. So when does do the games start? Have you started?
Yes, we started our season on Saturday in Kenora. We
Okay.
opened up our season. We won 3-1 that night, and then we played them again Sunday, so it's a doubleheader versus Kenora, and we beat them 6-0. So we're off to a decent start here.
Good.
This weekend, our home opener is Friday. It's going to be a tougher test. The Winnipeg Bruins are in town. I anticipate they're going to be fast. They're going to be hard to play against. Typical Winnipeg team, so it's going to be a good test for our group in there.
For sure. So you will send us your schedule then, and we can put it up with this interview and up on our PSAs.
Yep,
as well.
absolutely.
We have public service announcements that we can add it to.
Okay, perfect,
For the public to see, because not only, I know there's a lot of grandparents and aunts and uncles out there who maybe have a hand in with the schedule, but there's a lot of other of us that don't and would like to see when your games are.
Yeah, we'd love to get more people out to our games. It's a really good league. It's a fast league. These kids go anywhere from the WHL to the MJHL to any other junior A league, so you might not get to see them play for the local teams like Brandon or for the Verdun Oil Caps, the closest teams here to Souris. But we've had kids that move on to different levels, so you get to see them at a young age, and then you can remember, you're like, oh yeah, I watched that kid when he was 15 or 16 years old. So we'd love to get more people out to our games.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Does it cost much to go to the games?
I believe it is $10 to go to the games.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. My job is just to show up and coach the kids.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't paid for a Cougar game since I think I was 18 when I came to watch my friends when I was
Right.
done playing. So
Because you've been volunteering ever since, right?
Yes, I've started coaching. So I finished playing junior when I was 20, and I started with the Cougars when I was 21.
Okay.
So I've came back ever since and been part of
Wow.
this organization as an assistant coach, and then this is my first year as a head coach.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I really appreciate the enthusiasm for coaching and for good hockey, but the enthusiasm to shape these young men
Yeah.
into people in our society that will function and will be out there and be volunteering and helping and working hard.
Yeah, no, it's easy to come to the rink every day when you're dealing with good kids. So
Yeah.
it's very, very fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us here
thank
today.
you.
We
Yes,
really
thank you
appreciate
guys.
it.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us here at Spotlight on Souris. Watch the announcements for the schedule for the U18. And thank you to Tanner Lewis for coming in to see us. Have a great day.